A second referendum does not change the fact that ultimately the three options open to us are to leave the European Union with a deal, to leave it with no deal, or to have no Brexit. Those will remain the options.
Anna Soubry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. This is a shameful moment. Nothing has changed, apart from the fact that some of us who used to sit over there are now sitting over here. And one of the reasons for that is because yet again we see in the Prime Minister a can kicking at the same time that fudge is being created, and a failure to put the country and the nation's interests first. Instead, the future of the Conservative Party is put first and foremost. Honourable and Right Honourable members who sit opposite made it clear that they would vote in accordance with their conscience and the national interest to take no deal.
Order, Mr. Blunt. Be quiet. Be quiet. You're not the arbiter of what the Right Honourable Lady says. I'll be the judge of that. Don't try to shout her down. It is beneath you, and more importantly, it will fail. Anna Soubry.
Mr. Speaker, actually, I didn't hear what the honourable gentleman said. It's the benefits of being older and a bit deaf, Mr. Speaker. In any event, the important point is this, is it not? Honourable and Right Honourable members opposite in government and senior backbenchers made it very clear that they would vote to take no deal off the table and break a three-line whip, and if necessary, either resign from or be sacked from government. Can the Prime Minister confirm that indeed nothing has changed and no deal remains firmly on the table?
Prime Minister.
To the Right Honourable Lady, she talks about acting in the national interest. At every stage of this, the national interest has been the focus of the work that I have been doing. That is why I negotiated what I believe to be a good deal with the European Union. That deal was indeed, as others have referenced, rejected by this House. It is why I have then listened to the views of this House as to what it was that the House wanted to see changed in the withdrawal agreement and in the package that was negotiated, in order to ensure that the House could support that package. And that is why we are in talks with the European Union on that. And that is why I intend to work to bring back to this House changes that this House can support, and changes that ensure that we will be able to leave the European Union and do so with a deal.
Jess Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I feel so enraged this week with the complete and utter lack of bravery to do the right thing for our country. And maybe it's because I spent my week in my constituency trying to put out the burning injustices that the Prime Minister's government has started where I live. I will not sit one more day and listen to her crow about employment going up where I live employment is falling and hunger is rising. I have one midwife for the entirety of my constituency currently. There are people in my constituency living in hotels and they have to move out because Crufts is coming to Birmingham. Will the Prime Minister do a brave thing and do once what is best for the country, not what is best for any of us? Do what is best for the country. Will she be brave and at least answer the question of my colleague, is will she at least vote herself against no deal?
Prime Minister.
Say to the Honourable Lady, I recognise the passion with which she raises and makes the point about her constituency. But can I just say that there is, time and time again, I am asked questions in this chamber, the implication of which is to try to deny the facts of the situation that are before us. And the facts of the situation are very simple. This House will have a decision to take, but there are only three options that will be before this House. It is to leave the European Union with a deal, to leave without a deal, or to revoke Article 50 and have no Brexit. I've been clear that the last of those is one that I will not support, and I believe this House should not support, because it would be going back on the result of the referendum.
You didn't answer the question.
Dame Caroline Spellman.